Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day out. Just a slight drizzle, wind in the trees, fresh, cool air. I love it. I have a really big day today, and I have some help coming. The well guy is going to come and do some testing. I have a plumber that's going to come and help me do some things in the guest house. And then I have a huge list of things that I want to do all around the property and see what I can get done before the rain sets in earnest later this afternoon. So we'll see what we can get knocked out. While I'm here, I'm going to see how much propane we have left. Still 60% full, so that's good. Let's get to it. There's three things that the plumber is going to help me with today. The first is the water filter going into the guest house is leaking and needs to be replaced. While we're at it, we're actually going to rerun the pipes so that it's a little bit more efficient. And well, let me just show you. So this is the main water filter for this house, and as you can see, that connection is dripping pretty bad right now. It also, the way it's run is a little bit unique. It comes up 90 degree up and around and then into the house. This is irrigation valve, and there's a couple other irrigation that is broken off. What I think we're going to do is reroute the water for the house, and then because I haven't gone through all of the irrigation to see what's worth saving and what's not, we're going to just delete these irrigation valves but put screw caps on the end so that I can just put a hose into them and run the lines that way. Then if I decide that any of those lines are worth saving, then we can take the screw cap off and actually rebuild the valve assembly. For my part, to get us going, I'm going to dig out this whole area so that there's plenty of room to work. I don't know if you can see this, but the drip has been going so long, there's a mat of roots. That's not good. We got to get that out of here. There it is, a big mat of roots due to a leak that was left too long. I said it was going to rain, and here it is. It has arrived. It's beautiful though. I think my highly efficient hole is maybe going to fill in. Oh well. I'm going to pop my hood on. Let me show you really quick what I did find. The copper line, that is for the house. The PVC, that seems to be a totally separate line for just the irrigation, which is good. That's how you want it. It is a total snarled mess, so it'll be nice to have it truly separated. So just looking at the copper line, that is the feed line, goes up through the filter down into the house. The PVC, it comes up and then it tees here into these two valves. That one is broken there. So this side comes up and then the PVC goes right down that way. This side, when it was still there, came up and then it actually went in two directions. So small PVC came here and around the side. Now this line, I'm pretty sure, goes to the back because there's another couple valves. We'll get that figured out and decide what to do from there. But for now, I'm going to go and get out of this rain so I'm not totally soaked. The other things the plumber's going to help me with. Underneath here, I have it wrapped in a towel, but this seal is corroded and has started leaking. And this one is old. You can see it's just not in great condition. Not much different to get a whole new assembly as it would be to just get that one kind of drain seal piece. Just go ahead and replace the assembly because it'll have another one of these pieces, new faucets, and if some of it is starting to go, then it's just a matter of time before other stuff starts to go. So we'll do it once and get that all done. That's probably something that I could tackle, but I only have so much time in the day, so while he's here, I'm just gonna have him do it. Let me go show you the third thing that we're gonna tackle today, which is really interesting. So this is the attic of the guest house, and I guess I forgot there is one other thing that we're getting help with. This is a tankless water heater, and it has been having some problems leaking. So the plumber's going to check that out and see what he can find. Might have to replace part of it. But that's not what I came up here to show you. When we were last up here investigating that water heater, he noticed something with the venting. This is venting from the master bathroom and laundry room. And see this coupler right there? The arch of the coupler is kind of going down. And that's actually upside down. It should be flipped, rotated. When they're installed upside down, it impedes the proper venting, and you want to get those gases out of here. You can tell that there's some sort of Mickey Mouse repair there on the side. Unfortunately, this all needs to be redone. The fortunate thing is that once it is done, it should work a lot better. And I'm not gonna lie, there's been a moment or two here and there that I actually thought, man, it smells a little odd, and this just might be it. This is the other main venting from the kitchen and the front bathroom. And not only are the couplers installed in the wrong way, but they're sized incorrectly. That's going to get replaced too. And one of those things that it should work a whole lot better once it's actually installed right. That's the big thing that we're going to be doing up in the attic. And I'm really excited to get it fixed because I think it's going to work a lot better. Just goes to show there's always something to learn. I got an inspection when I bought the place and it wasn't picked up in the inspection, and it pays to learn. So I guarantee I'm going to be looking at coupler direction and venting sizes next time, like in the main house, where since I'm doing that big renovation, probably should investigate and see how all of the venting is, because it may need to be redone too. All right, let's head down.
Where you put the heat, and then the paste sucks the solder wherever you put the heat, so that's so fascinating. We're gonna need water for this, Meyer. Let's cool that. Take it off. Take it off.
What does the water do?
Just cools it so it doesn't move on us.
Okay.
As soon as the water drops the temperature enough, the solder stays in place, And then you don't have to worry about a fitting moving or falling or dropping on you. And when you're soldering close to a valve like this, go ahead. There's rubber and stuff, go ahead. There's rubber and stuff inside the valve that you don't want to overheat.
Sure.
So the sooner you can cool it, the better.
And that paste actually draws the solder in?
Yeah, so the paste follows the heat, and then the solder follows the paste.
Wow.
So I always like, man, how did they even come up with it, you know?
Yeah. A lot of smart folks, or trial and error.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things we have started out meant to be something else, you know?
That's true. And then someone realized, well, actually, that'd work really good on this other thing.
Yeah. Why?
I could see on the backside a little bit of flame still. Is that the paste burning off?
Yep. And sometimes it's this this other paste, because this is a dope that allows the threads to go in a little deeper. And then the other paste is what's called a flux, which is what works with the solder. Pair of channels.
A little break for some fun. I actually, as a gift, got a couple trail cams. So I'm really looking forward to setting those up on the property and seeing what sort of wildlife we'll capture. I got this all put together. Let's set it up. This right here on this ornamental plum is from bucks rubbing their antlers. Their antlers grow out with velvet, and they actually will scrape that off. So they're soft and tender when they're growing out, and then they scrape the velvet off and turn into the hard antlers that we're all used to seeing. But if you've ever seen a picture of a deer with really fuzzy antlers, that's what it is, the velvet. They'll use trees to scrape that off and help peel it off of their antlers. Then they will also scrape on trees to mark their territory during rut. We're past rut now, but this is an area that deer like to walk through, so hopefully we'll get to see something good. All right, that's enough of the break. Let's get back to it. Another techie thing that I just recently acquired, it was a gift, is a Ring door camera. That'll be another quality of life thing for the homestead. Help keep track of all the comings and goings. Up in the attic doing some tidying. How did this bookcase get up here? I absolutely hate any sort of animals or rodents in the houses. It had definitely been let slide a little bit before I got this place, but no longer. I'm going to clean it up and we're going to make sure that it's perfectly sealed, nothing can get in, and that starts right now with some sweeping and cleaning. Over the holiday, I was able to go out with my dad to the duck refuge, and we got a few ducks and I got a goose. Processing those birds and making sure that the meat is kept in good condition will make it taste absolutely delicious. Now that the meat is brining, I'm going to take the feathers and everything that we cleaned them out, and I'm going to go ahead and bury them into the soil so that they can nourish the forest. I was really lucky growing up to be exposed to ethical hunting and fishing and gathering from the forests. And to this day, I still prefer wild game and ethically sourced meat from local farmers. It definitely relates to how I like to approach homesteading, and it is full circle ethical meat. Let me know in the comments if hearing about that's something that interests you, and I'm happy to share. I had to peel off the siding, as you saw in a previous video, to get a sense of how bad the wall on the main house is. But you know what's been bugging me is all of the bits of wood and dry rot that has just been spewing about down here now. To anyone watching, I have had this looked at by a pest guy who they thought just dry rot and no termite damage. Then I had a contractor who specializes in log homes. He told me, oh, there's definitely termites. I can't really see any evidence. There's no casings. It seems like dry rot to me, but what do you guys think? This here clearly looks like fungus to me, dry rot. Right here, maybe a little bit of evidence of termites. There's what looks like to be a little bit of termite droppings, but doesn't seem super active. So I guess I'm gonna have to get more opinions to see just how much of this might need to come out to get this wall put together. Another thing you'll notice while we're looking, when this was actually built, they didn't do any sort of flashing on the exterior wall. You see here, this is actually the flooring planks. I would have thought that there'd be some L flashing here to protect it from getting water down into the building, but it wasn't built that way. So when I redo this wall, I'll definitely add some flashing then. But that's for another day. I just noticed this bit of line, just this part was exposed. What the heck? I guess that's a mystery for another day. Maybe it goes out to that spigot, but why that is coming from here, I could not tell you. Well, it's getting a little bit dark, and I don't know if you can see, but I made it just in the nick of time, got that all clear. So it's been a big day, and I'm going to call it. All in all, it's a good day. Hey everyone, so it is raining again today, but I'm not one to complain. It's good to have water, good for the aquifer. Now, it is the next day from the crazy day yesterday, but I did want to at least take a second and show you in the light of day how the new water filter came out, because it looks really good. Because of the rain, we didn't tackle any of the irrigation lines that are down here. We'll save that for the future, but the filter is back in place. When we do the irrigation lines, it'll go over to the side, and then I'm going to build an enclosure for it, and it'll be insulated from the snow, and it'll be great. Yesterday we also didn't do all of the venting because of the rain. Obviously opening up the roof was not a good idea, so we're going to have to loop back to that later. But we did do the bathroom sink, which came out great. Let me show you. So that came out awesome, excited about that. Now another thing that we found out yesterday I didn't get to catch you up on, the well water did test pretty acidic still, which is surprising because I put in a whole system that's supposed to raise the pH. So it was at about 5.2. I'm not quite sure why the system that was installed isn't fixing it. There's a few things to try and chase down, and I'll keep you guys posted. If you have any ideas, if you've done something similar where you put in a calcium system and it didn't change the pH of the water, let me know. An outcome of that is good to know is I went and I looked at how everything was run from at the well and the pump house by the previous owners with my plumber. And he noticed a few things that definitely need to be addressed that are not best practice, such as the switch for the well to cycle on and off is further than 6 inches from the pressurized pipe coming out of it. So I think that we're going to have to bite the bullet and redo that whole system, rebuild the pipes, and I think I might even be able to simplify it in the process. And so that will be a big way to isolate any issues and figure out why the water is still acidic. So with everything that we were able to do, it went really well, steps in the right direction. Let's get on to the next thing.